The summary of Business Model Generation, brought to you by Click-Through College. Part 1, Introduction and Business Model Canvas. Business Model Generation, a handbook for visionaries, game changers, and challengers, by Alexander Osterwalder and Yves Pignor, is an authoritative guide that helps entrepreneurs and business professionals rethink and rework their business models. The book aims to inspire and facilitate the process of business model creation, innovation, and transformation, ultimately providing tools for those looking to gain a competitive edge in an increasingly challenging business landscape. The book opens with the concept of the business model canvas, a visual tool designed to depict the building blocks of a business model. The canvas is divided into 9 segments, each representing a core business area. 1. Customer segments. Defines the different groups an organization serves. 2. Value propositions. Describes the bundle of products and services that create value for a specific customer segment. 3. Channels. Depicts how a company communicates with and reaches its customer segments to deliver a value proposition. 4. Customer relationships. Describes the types of relationships a company establishes with specific customer segments. 5. Revenue streams. Represents the cash a company generates from each customer segment. Costs must be subtracted from revenues to create earnings. 6. Key resources. Describes the most important assets required to make a business model work. 7. Key activities. Illustrates the most important things a company must do to make its business model work. 8. Key partnerships. Shows the network of suppliers and partners that make the business model work. 9. Cost structure. Represents all costs incurred to operate a business model. The canvas is not just a documentation tool, but a management tool that enables companies to manage their business models in a structured way. It aids understanding, discussion, creativity, analysis, and change within the context of business model innovation. The next section of the book delves deeper into each of the 9 building blocks, explaining their significance, how they relate to each other, and how they contribute to the overall business model. Customer segments refer to the distinct categories of people or organizations an enterprise aims to reach and serve. They are the heart of any business model. Without profitable customers, no company can survive for long. Value propositions are the reason why customers turn to one company over another. They solve a customer problem or satisfy a customer need. Each value proposition consists of a selected bundle of products and/or services that caters to the requirements of a specific customer segment. Channels define how companies communicate with and reach their customer segments to deliver the value proposition. Channels are customer touchpoints that play an essential role in the customer experience. Customer relationships are established and maintained with each customer segment. Relationships can range from personal to automated and may have a significant impact on the overall customer experience. Revenue streams result from value propositions successfully offered to customers. If customers are the heart of a business model, revenue streams are its arteries. Key resources are the most important assets required to make a business model work. These resources allow an enterprise to create and offer a value proposition, reach markets, maintain relationships with customer segments, and earn revenues. Key activities are the most crucial actions a company must take to operate successfully. Like key resources, they are required to create and offer a value proposition, reach markets, maintain customer relationships, and earn revenues. Key partnerships are the network of suppliers and partners that make the business model work. Companies forge partnerships to optimize their business models, reduce risk, or acquire resources. Lastly, the cost structure defines all the costs incurred to operate the business model. Every business model has its associated costs, which the company must bear while operating under the model. Part 2, Business Model Patterns. Following the detailed explanation of the business model canvas, the book explores a selection of business model patterns. These are successful business models that disrupt existing markets and are characterized by their uniqueness or innovative approach. One of these patterns is the unbundling business models, which advocates for the separation of 3 fundamentally different types of businesses: customer relationship, product innovation, and infrastructure, into separate entities to avoid conflicts and leverage scalability. The book cites the example of large corporations such as IBM, which unbundled its services to better cater to customer needs. The long tail business model, popularized by Chris Anderson, is another pattern presented in the book. This model focuses on providing a wide range of niche products to cater to diverse customer tastes. Amazon is a classic example of a company following this model. Multi-sided platforms, or marketplaces, create value by facilitating interactions or transactions between two or more interdependent groups, usually consumers and producers. Examples include eBay, Google, and Microsoft. The free as a business model pattern describes how businesses offer a basic product or service free of charge, while a premium is charged for advanced features. Google, again, is a classic example of this model, offering many services like Search, Gmail, and Google Docs for free, while monetizing through advertising. Finally, open business models are those that leverage external ideas and technologies in their business and let their own technologies and/or ideas be used by others. This model is increasingly prevalent in today's open source and collaboration-oriented business environment. Part 3: Designing Business Models. The next part of the book focuses on the design of business models. The authors emphasize that the design should involve strategic reflection on the business models that a company could deploy, the potential benefits and risks of each model, and the strategic fit of the models with the company's objectives. The book introduces techniques and tools to facilitate this process, including idea generation through brainstorming and exploration of new or alternative business models. It also discusses the use of visual thinking, prototyping, and storytelling to convey and refine the model effectively. The design process is presented as iterative and involves testing and refining the model based on feedback from stakeholders. The book emphasizes that this approach allows for learning, creativity, and flexibility, ensuring the business model remains relevant and effective in a changing business environment. In the following segment, I will delve into the next parts of the book, focusing on strategy and process. Part 4: Strategy. Following the design section, the book delves into strategy. This part of the book discusses how to evaluate and manage business models in light of the forces that can impact them, such as competition, technology changes, or changes in customer preferences. One of the primary tools discussed for this purpose is the business model environment, a tool used to systematically assess and monitor the business model's external environment. The authors highlight 4 main areas in the business model environment: market forces, industry forces, key trends, and macroeconomic forces. Understanding these forces helps an organization to adapt their business model to evolving market conditions, thereby enabling them to stay competitive. The book also introduces the concept of evaluating business models, which involves assessing the efficiency, scalability, and sustainability of a business model. The authors introduce a multi-dimensional approach to do this, which includes considering factors such as the model's alignment with the company's vision, the market potential, the robustness of the model in terms of financial viability, and the ability of the model to adapt to changes. Another strategic approach presented in the book is the business model perspective on blue ocean strategy. The blue ocean strategy, a concept developed by W. Chan Kim and Renee Mauborn, advocates for creating a new market space, or blue ocean, that makes the competition irrelevant. The authors demonstrate how the business model canvas can be used as a tool to implement this strategy effectively. Lastly, the authors delve into the challenges and potential strategies of managing multiple business models within the same organization. They suggest that while having multiple models can increase a company's agility and resilience, it also requires careful management to avoid conflicts and inefficiencies. Part 5: Process. The process section outlines a practical approach to managing the process of business model innovation within organizations. It describes the 4 stages of the business model innovation process: mobilize, understand, design, and implement. The mobilize stage involves gathering a motivated team and securing the resources required to start the business model innovation journey. It also involves defining the purpose and scope of the project and setting up a governance structure. The understand stage focuses on studying the business model environment and identifying the customer needs, market forces, and trends that can influence the business model. The design stage involves brainstorming to generate innovative business model ideas and using the business model canvas to prototype these ideas. The book introduces various tools and techniques for brainstorming and prototyping. The implement stage focuses on testing and adjusting the new business model based on feedback before full-scale implementation. The book emphasizes that the transition from an old business model to a new one needs to be managed carefully to avoid disruption and resistance within the organization. Part 6, Outlook. The final part of the book, The Outlook, delves into potential future developments and discusses the possibility of continuously evolving business models, driven by technological advancement and societal changes. The authors propose that business model innovation will be an essential capability for organizations in the future, with those able to adeptly navigate this landscape leading their industries. Business Model Generation, a handbook for visionaries, game changers, and challengers, is a thought-provoking book that challenges traditional business thinking. Its rich content, practical insights, and visually appealing layout make it a must-read for entrepreneurs and business leaders looking to adapt and thrive in a rapidly changing business environment. The summary of Business Model Generation.